Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different. We're taking a single headline and, well, treating it almost like a coded message. The headline is Alaska Summit, Trump and Putin's Strategic Encounter. And our entire source, it's just a little snippet from a Washington Post piece from yesterday, August 13th, 2025.
Right.
So the challenge, and I think this is fascinating, is seeing how much insight we can actually pull from just, a few carefully chosen words, like linguistic detectives.
Exactly. And it's a great way to understand how news, especially from serious outlets, is constructed.
How so?
Well, even with very little detail shared, the words themselves are often picked very deliberately. And if you learn to spot those signals, you can get a much better sense of what might be going on, even before all the facts are out.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's zoom right in. The headline, Alaska Summit, Trump and Putin's Strategic Encounter. So summit and encounter right next to each other. When I first saw that, I did a double take. They feel different. Is that clash intentional, do you think?
That's what's really interesting here, that juxtaposition. You see, a summit normally needs something quite specific in diplomacy.
High level, planned out.
Exactly. High-level, structured talks, heads of state, probably an agenda, expected outcomes, quite formal.
Okay.
But then you throw encounter in there. That word suggests something, well, maybe less formal, perhaps more direct, possibly even unscheduled or unexpected.
So putting them together.
Putting them together immediately signals this might not be a standard by-the-book meeting. It tells us it's important. Summit implies that, but maybe unconventional, maybe less predictable than usual. That tension between the words is, I think, the first big clue.
Okay, unconventional. Let's hold on to that thought. Now add the who and the where. Trump and Putin meeting in Alaska. Does that combination ramp up the unconventional feeling?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just having Trump and Putin in the same room, that automatically raises the stakes, doesn't it?
For sure, given their history and, well, everything.
Right. Their roles, their past interactions, their whole approach to foreign policy. Any meeting between them is going to be significant and watched very closely. It's a major geopolitical event, just by definition.
And then Alaska.
Yeah.
Not exactly Geneva or D.C.
Precisely. Alaska is it's a striking choice. It's remote. It could imply a desire for privacy, maybe. Or perhaps it's symbolic, a sort of bridge between continents, a bit removed from the usual power centers.
Interesting, like neutral ground almost.
Could be, or just somewhere away from the usual diplomatic circus, perhaps. So yes, putting these two leaders in that specific, less common location, it strongly suggests this isn't just a routine meeting. It feels like a setting chosen for a particular reason, maybe to minimize those traditional pressures or expectations.
Right, minimizing traditional pressures. Okay,
Yeah.
That makes sense. And the last piece, that word strategic encounter. My first thought is, okay, big picture stuff, long-term plans, but couldn't strategic sometimes just be, jargon, a word reporters use to make something sound important?
That's a really fair point. And yes, strategic can be used loosely sometimes.
So how do we know if it's real weight here?
Well, I think context is key. Given everything else we've just unpacked, the summit versus encounter thing, the unusual location, these specific leaders' strategic here, feels like it carries more weight than just boilerplate.
Okay.
It suggests this isn't just about sorting out some immediate small problem. It points towards discussions with a deliberate, longer-term focus. Objectives that could really shape things down the line.
So like the big chessboard.
Exactly. Thinking about future alignments, major challenges, maybe even trying to set up a new way of dealing with certain issues, possibly outside the usual established channels. It signals this is meant to be a consequential interaction with future implications in mind, not just a casual chat.
Wow. Okay. So quite a lot potentially packed into just those few words. And just to remind everyone listening, all this thinking, all this analysis, it's sparked by just that headline and the fact it was reported yesterday, August 13th, 2025, by the Washington Post.
Correct.
That timing and that source seem important too, right? It grounds it.
Absolutely. The source, a major publication like the Post tells you this is considered credible and newsworthy at a high level. And the recency, just yesterday, underlines its immediate relevance. It signals this is happening now or is about to, and it's something the public is expected to pay attention to.
So thinking about our listener, when you're scrolling through news, seeing headlines fly past, what's the takeaway here? What does this exercise mean for you trying to stay informed?
I think it means that even a very short piece of information, like a headline, can be surprisingly rich. If you pause for a second and, actively think about the words being used, why these words,
Yeah.
why this location, why these people, you can often get a much deeper sense of the potential significance.
It's about reading between the lines then.
Precisely. It's about recognizing the signals, the choices made in how information is presented. It helps you grasp the possible context and importance right from the start, even before you have all the details. It makes you a more perceptive news consumer.
And that's really what we wanted to do with this deep dive show, how you can build understanding, find meaning, even when you start with very little. Being well-informed isn't just about volume, about reading everything.
Yeah.
It's also about understanding the weight and the implications of the words you do see.
Well said. And maybe a final thought for you to take away. As you look at other headlines today or this week,
Yeah.
try applying this lens. Look for those potentially loaded words. Is there a strategic element hinted at? An unusual location? A surprising combination of people involved? You might find hidden layers just by dissecting the language itself. What signals are embedded in the words chosen?